In this video, I will show you how to use React query in React Native Expo 54. So this is to-do list, and we can fetch to-do. When I refresh, it will fetch to-do. And I can delete. It will delete to-do. And also we can update to-do. And this will use optimistic updates. So UseQuery, fetch data, UseMutation, update data, and cache and no cache. And this is no cache. And this is cache. And cache and no cache, and optimistic updates. So we trigger the UI immediately. And this is a normal use, so not immediately. npx Expo start. And this is Expo init. And press I, open simulator. So Expo init, we use this command, npx create Expo app at the latest. Okay. And go 10 stack React query. Doc installation, copy this, npmi, and go index rnf. Okay, index page. Refresh. Okay, index page. Okay, save error view. Yes. Yes. Save. So first we make a use state, show and set show. And save error view. And imports. Component to-do list. We name it to-do list. To-do list. Okay. And go components. To-do list.tsx rfc. To-do list. Save. Go back. To-do list. Show. Hide. Okay, and then we give style for this. Some styles. Save. A div. Where's div? rnf. To-do list. Save. Show to-do and hide to-do. Okay. I paste this file here. And this is a to-do list. And we also need to make a API function file in this. We save and go to-do list. We need to cite the provider. Go layout, and quick start. So we need this provider. Copy this. And this here, provider. And const query client. Here, const query client equals new query client. And we import this. And save. Refresh. It should work. Okay, we get this to-dos. And the first is a layout to set the provider. And index show, set show to show this to-do list. And in to-do list, so first is query client, use query client. And const query, UseQuery get to-dos. And give it query key to-dos. And this get to-dos is a function from API. Get to-dos. So first is a delay 1 second, and the promise resolve to-dos, mock to-dos is this. So this function UseQuery will trigger, not this, query fetch out to-dos, and it will trigger when is mounted. Yes, when the component is mounted, the query will be executed. So we open the console, refresh, it will show this, and then we give it loading. The loading is from this, the delay. And this is the get to-dos, the first one. And another is delete and update, and also toggle. So if the query is loading, the query is get all to-dos. So we can console log this. Query. Okay, and the query is here. It has the data, and is loading, is pending, is fetch error, and is success. Okay. So if the query is loading, we give this loading. If the query is error, we give this error. Okay. So we say query is error. So we can throw an error. Okay. We test this and then refresh. Okay, and it showed the error, failed to fetch to-dos here. Okay. If this error, we got this error. Okay, and save. Shows the to-dos. And if query data, if no query data and query data length equals 0, we'll give this empty, no to-do yet. Okay. And next is safe area view. Here is a test to-do list here. And the scroll view, query data map every to-do. I'll give a key and okay, touchable opacity. On press will trigger toggle to do. So on press will trigger toggle to do. and we go this function. So toggle to do will trigger update mutation and mutate. We give the ID and updates completed equals completed. And it's true, we set it false. It's false, we set it true. And use mutation, we give this mutation. And this is optimistic updates. So when we click, the UI update immediately. So when click, it will trigger this unmutate, optimistically update the UI immediately before the API call. So unmutate, so cancel all ongoing query and save a snapshot previous to do and return this previous to the for here. If goes error, we will use this previous to do. And update the UI, we use this query client set query data. We use cache data, and we set it to old one. And the map every to do, we find this ID equals this to do and updates. Updates means this completed. So this is the optimistic update. And we return this previous to do. If we have error, we will use this previous to do. And update to do is in this function, update to do. We console log this, and we have ID and update. So no need. We don't need this query. So first they get to dos. And the update to do, we give this ID and also the updates is completed true. Okay. And we find this to do and updates this to do and return the promised result. So when I click, the UI update immediately, and then we have this API call. But if we set an error, we save. So when I click this, the UI will update immediately, but it will use the previous one because we throw an error. And it means we trigger this on error. So we use the previous to-dos. And we set this is unmutate. Okay, and okay. Save, okay, refresh. And the last one is delete. The delete. And when we click this on delete, the UI is here. UI toggle, and we have a delete. So when we click this, we'll handle delete to do. And handle delete to do is delete mutation, which we pass an ID. So delete mutation as use mutation, and we pass the function is delete to do. And delete to do is we console log this delete to do and delay 300 millisecond, and we find this to do and delete it, and then we give back promise resolve. So let's try. I click, it will delete. And also, after I delete, it will re-trigger a function to-dos, invalidate and refetch to-dos after successful deletion. So when I delete, it will refetch this get to-dos. We can also see the console log. When I delete, it will also trigger the get to-dos. So no to do yet. And so this is the normal use of UseMutation. And if we use toggle this, and this is the optimistic updates. And for delete, it delete and fetch to-dos, get all to-dos. And we use this key to trigger refetch. So, and the last thing is cache. So we have this hide to-dos. So at the beginning, I refresh, it will trigger get to-dos, and it cached. Here, it cached. And then we hide this. And then when I click show this, it gives back immediately, but it will fetch the to-dos. So I have a site here. Okay. Oh, it's not this. It's eight to-dos. Let's see. Get to-dos. Okay. GC time. We set to 0. It means disable cache. Yes. When I refresh, hide, show, it will give it loading. Hide, show, it will. It's no need, no cache. And if this, it will use cache. Refresh. Show, it will use cache, but it will fetch the API. So how to delay not fetch? How to disable not fetch API? It means is this one? Scale time 0. No. Infinity. Scale time infinity. Refresh. Hide, show, hide, show, hide, show. It not fetch. It not fetch again. That means it's use cache. Always use the cache. No, it not disable. Always use cache. Cache data. Okay. And this one, always disable cache. We need to refresh. And so that's the React query.